Whistle watchers, we're back. Have you missed me? Now, obviously we don't have any games yet, but there's been a lot going on in rugby as we head into the Six Nations. So what's been going on? Well, the big news here in Wales, and I suppose all across the rugby world, is Lewis Rhys-Ahmed moved to America to the NFL. Well, if you're a young kid, the world's your oyster, so why not go chasing it? So we wish him all the very, very best. And hopefully he'll come back to play for Wales. Not too long in the future, but best of luck to him in the NFL. Who will win the battle between France and Ireland? You know what? I wonder how much the disappointment of the World Cup exit for those both teams are going to knock them. And there's two key players missing. Dupont for France. There are other players missing as well, but he is the key. And obviously a huge part of Ireland's success over the last sort of decade or so, Johnny Sexton as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how France and Ireland go, but I fancy Ireland. France could be a little bit nervous after that World Cup exit on their home soil as well, but it's going to be outstanding in Marseille, so we'll wait and see, but I think it could be Ireland. Now then, rising stars to watch. Now I'm saying this, choking here. Emmanuel Feyo-Boso, I can't believe I'm saying this, for England. Born in Cardiff. What's going on here? But anyway, I'm sure he'll be one to watch because he's been on fine form for Exeter. And I don't know, if he plays against Wales, I just have that sneaky feeling he may score the winning try. I hope I'm wrong, but he'll certainly be one to watch. It's just a shame he's not in the red jersey. Ross Vincent, number 8 for Exeter, been in fine form for Exeter as well. Exeter really have some players on fine form. And of course, he's been called up to the Italy squad, so keep an eye out for him as well. Dav Jenkins now then. Howell Jenkins, his son, a Welsh cap himself, 21 years of age and captain of Wales. But not just the fact he's a captain, a hugely talented player as well, with an old head on young shoulders. So keep an eye out for him, not just for his form, but also for his maturity in leading, which will probably be a pretty young Welsh squad as well. Aaron Reid, the sail winger, being called up for Scotland. Now, Scotland seem to be a side that are quite settled in this World Cup. They were always disappointed in the World Cup not to get out of the group stages. How many years have we been saying that Scotland have been so close to flicking that switch and doing well in the Six Nations and then just fall by the wayside? But will this year be different? And Aaron Reid will probably be one to watch if they do that. Nolan Le Garec for France, under 20 star, and it's rumoured that he could be the future Dupont. I'm sure Dupont will have a lot to say about that because he's quite young himself. But if they've got another one that can be like Dupont, well, God help the rest of the rugby world. So keep an eye out for him. Kieran Fowley as well. Now then, Leinster and in the Ireland squad as well, looking to fill Johnny Sexton's boots. And I tell you one thing, they are going to be huge boots to fill. But keep an eye out for him. Again, hugely talented player. Who do I think will win the Six Nations? Do you know what? I have a sneaky feeling that there may not be a grand slam. As I said, Ireland and France for me are the favourites. Scotland are dark horses. Never write England off. I never write us Welsh off as well. And Italy, they've been doing well in the URC. They're two teams as well. So hopefully they'll bring something a bit special to the Six Nations this year. So look, I think it's going to be wide open. But I think it'll be the winner of Ireland-France. And I think that may just well be Ireland. But anyway, what do I know? But we'll find out pretty soon. Now, another talking point in rugby has not so much been on the field, well, I suppose it was about on the field, but it's the Netflix documentary about last year's Six Nations, and a lot of you have been enjoying watching that. On the other side of the coin, of course, without the referees, we wouldn't have a game, and they've got a documentary coming out tomorrow, which is called The Whistleblowers, which will give you a huge and interesting insight into the world of the referee. Keep an eye out for Whistleblowers, it'll be worth a watch.
How he's got this job is beyond me. You are killing rugby. We're going to slit your throat. We're going to kill your kids.
It's the pinnacle to ref a Rugby World Cup. It's been upgraded.
It's a roof. Players deserve better.
We're the most hated person in the stadium.
Selection is out of your control.
He's not ready yet.
We are a massively tight group.
C'est un théâtre.
Oh, Don't think you expected that, didn't you? Now it'll be very interesting to look into the world of refereeing and some of my former colleagues there. So I'm sure you will enjoy it. But now it's time for your Emirates Fans Questions. Up James Smith. Nigel, it's been a while. How are you doing? That's very kind of you to ask. I'm very well, thank you, and I hope that you are keeping well there as well. At Martin Edwards. Nigel, is it different for referees to prepare for a Six Nations tournament compared to a World Cup tournament? Good question, that, Martin. Not really, I suppose, because it's a huge tournament. You know, the Six Nations is something quite special and quite unique, and everybody wants to be involved with it, as players and as referees as well. Probably the only difference is, although they will have been in camp now, I think this week, preparing for the Six Nations for a few days together. Obviously in the World Cup, you're there in a bubble pretty much for that period of sort of, you know, 7-8 weeks. So your preparation is probably more together and more intense, probably day in, day out. Where the Six Nations, obviously you have break and travelling and people travelling all over the place, people travelling home and coming back. But the preparation as a referee, I would suppose your preparation for a Six Nations would be pretty similar to a World Cup, I think. At H Priest 98, if you had to choose a breed of cow to be, what would you be? That's a good one. I don't know what I think I'd be a Hereford, I think. Because obviously the reddish colour of Wales, although they are Hereford. And they're very docile and very loving and caring as well, like me. At Di Harris, what has been your favourite law change in the game so far? Ooh, now then, that is a good question. I tell you, one I don't like is the goal line dropout. I thought that would have worked well to bring in sort of, you know, instead of them bulldozing the way over the line, that they spread the ball a bit wider. I don't think that's worked. So that's one I don't like. I think of the recent ones, I think the 50-22 has worked pretty well. We haven't seen too much kicking. Whether it actually has done what we were hoping, opening up a bit more space, that's debatable, but it certainly hasn't brought any negative to the game. It's brought a little bit of extra skill, and there's been some wonderful kicks on the side, duly rewarded. So probably of the recent law changes, yeah, the 50-22, I quite like that one, but I don't like the goal line dropout. And thank you for your Emirates Fans Questions. Now we've got another exclusive for you now as we look into the referees' camp preparing for the opening weekend of the Six Nations.
So we're all at the Lensbury here in Teddington, London. It's a week before the kickoff to the first round of Six Nations 2024. We get together every pre-tournament and during the tournament as well to discuss the trends, to discuss how we're going to referee this tournament, and to basically realign ourselves as a group of referees who come from all over the globe to, you know, referee in the Six Nations this weekend. We spent a few hours talking about certain sessions around, for example, head calibration, head contact, so foul play. Why are we giving a red card? Why are we mitigating for certain types of yellow card, and what is no foul play? There was one where there was a clear disconnect between no foul play and yellow card, but I think the reason for that's quite an easy answer. We want the public to be looking at the game of rugby and understanding the decisions that any referee is making on the field, and I think to get alignment and consistency is important. We need to do that so people enjoy the game. When we go out on the field, you know, we've got a whole law book that we can referee to. But by having better understanding of the game, by having a better understanding of what players are trying to achieve, hopefully it means that we can kind of create a better spectacle, allow some more flow, and just get the decisions that really matter within the game.
Not too long ago, I'd have been part of that camp. I tell you one thing, I don't miss it. All the best to the referees, and all of you enjoy the Six Nations. Till next time, bye-bye.